Hey guys, Gathering Magic back again, and had a couple of requests. A couple of people in Discord have talked to me, and also had some viewers ask me to do a video on just the new glint store, just the changes that they made in pricing, and just what's the best way to get the best value using the glint that you have. So I wanted to do kind of a deep dive into kind of comparing the draws versus just the chests. Are they worth it? Are they worth it at different leagues? Are they worth it depending if you're just starting out, like we all are, from scratch? So let's go through this. A lot of this, some of you guys already know, but we're just going to cover everything, going from the basics to more in depth of the numbers. So for the chest, there's three different ones, as you guys know: minor, major, and ultimate. The cost has been increased. The minor chests used to cost 150 glint, now they cost 200. The batch size is 300 minor chests. The major chests used to be 750, now they're up to 1,000. You can get 150 of those for each batch. And the ultimate chests went from 2,500 up to 4,500 in price, and you can get 30 of those. The draws also went up in price as well. So your common draws used to cost 100 glint, now it costs 150. The batch size is the same, it's still 400. Your rares went from 500 up to 750 glint. You can get 100 of those. The epics went from 5,000 to 7,500. You can get 25 of those per batch. And then finally your legendary cards went from 25 to 35,000, and you can get 10 of those per batch before the price increases. Now every time the price for a batch goes up, it goes up by 50%. So they start becoming very pricey after you buy the first couple of batches. So let's kind of compare the chests to the draws. So if you wanted to buy just the first batch one of all the minor chests, 300, cost you 60,000 glint. Your second batch would go up to 90,000, and then your third batch would go up to 135,000 glint. So if you just wanted to get the first three batches, you're looking at 285,000 glint. Compare that to the draws. This compares very nicely. Your common draws, the first batch would be the same, 60,000, 90, 135. So you're going to spend the same amount. Your major chests, for 150 of those, they cost 1,000. So you're looking at 150,000 for batch one, 225,000 for two, and 337,500 for batch three, for a total of 712,500. Ultimate chest, you're only getting 30, but you're going to pay 135,000 for the first, 202,500 for the second, and then 303,500 or 750 for the third batch. So if you wanted to buy just three batches of the chests, you're looking at just over 1.6 million glint. If you wanted to get the first three batches of the draws, you're looking at just under 3.2 million glint. So basically 2 to 1 in price. But what are you getting? That's the thing. Now, most of us are probably looking at getting cards. So comparing the chest to the draws, this is what you would get. Now for the draws, it's very easy. Every draw, you only get one card. We know the batch size, so for the commons, since there's 400 per batch, your first three batches, you're getting 1,200 commons, you're getting 1,200 cards. Of course, this could be a mix of a few gold foils in with your regular foils. For your rares, same thing. There's 100 per batch, so you're going to get 300 rares. Your epics, you're going to get 75, and your legendaries, you're going to get 30. So you're going to get a total of 1,605 cards, and that's costing you almost 3.2 million glint. Now for the chess, it's a little bit different. The chess is where we get the RNG involved. So what I did is I took what they said the average percentages are for each chest. So if you opened 300 minor chests, there's a 33% chance of getting a card. So that means in your first batch, you will get 99 cards. So you will get 99 cards in each batch for a total of 297 cards. Now for your major chests, 150 chests, you should get around 50 of them should contain cards. Now, you're going to get more than just one card. You may get one, you may get multiples, but on average, if you open 150 major chests, you should get just under 185 cards. So you're looking at 554 cards for the first 3 batches. Now this is going to be a mix of commons, rares, epics, legendaries, and we'll go into the depth into that in a little bit. For your ultimate chest, for the 30 of those, on average you're going to get just under 69 cards per batch. So in total you're going to get just over 200 cards for the ultimate chest. So just looking at cards, not really looking too in depth at rarity just yet. For the first 3 batches of cards, just the draws, you're going to get 1,605 cards. This is guaranteed because you're guaranteed a card. For the chest, this is going to be an average. You're going to average just over 1,050. But you also have to remember, you're not getting just cards in the chest, you're also getting other items as well. So let's take a look at that. But before we look at the different items, we'll look at the rarity of the cards in the chest. So for your minor chests, if you open 300, you should get 99 cards. So of those 99 on average, you should get 78 commons, you should get 20 rares, and you should get 1 epic. So if you added up what these would cost if you wanted to buy them just directly from the store, if you just wanted to buy them as draws, this would be a glint value or cost of 34,200. For your major chests, for 150 major chests, you should get 38 of your draws should be common, and you should average 4 cards. So you should get 152 commons in your 150 major chests. For rares, 10 of your draws should be rare, so you should get 30 rares. And then epics and legendaries, because the percentages are so low, they're not going to come out to nice even numbers. About 1.5 of your draws or your chests should be epic, so you should get a little over 2 epics. And then legendaries is basically a 50-50 chance whether you get a legendary card or not. For your ultimate chests, you should get 10 cards out of the 30. Out of those 10 card draws, you should get about 7 commons. You're looking at maybe about 55 commons. For your rares, you're looking at 2 of the draws should be rares, so about 12 rares. And then you have just under 1 guaranteed epic, so you're going to get about an epic per 30 chests. And then legendaries, you only have a percentage chance, nothing's guaranteed. Adding up the value of that, that would cost you, or you would get 43,750 back. So this kind of gives you a breakdown of how many commons, rares, and epics you're pretty much looking at getting out of these different types of chests. So how many cards are you going to get of each rarity? So we know from the draws exactly what we're going to get. These are averages based on what I did, the research I did here, and the percentages of what you should get. Remember, of course, with everything else, there's RNG, but on average, you should get about 855 commons, 186 rares, 13 epics, and you'll probably get about 3 legendary cards. So even though you're spending about twice as much for the draws compared to the chests, look at the large amount, especially of the, I would say, the good cards, the ones people want, the epics and legendaries. You're getting, what, 5 to 10 times more epics and legendaries than you in draws than you are in chests. You are spending more, but you are getting more of the good stuff, I would say. Okay, but now you're going to say, well, you're going to get more in chests than just cards. So how do we value and what other items are you going to get in the chests? So in the chests, you're also going to get potions, merits, and energy. For the minor chest, with the 300 minor chests you can get per batch, about 96 of them should be potions. And of course, you're only going to get 1 potion per chest. So you're going to get 96 potions on average. You're going to get 90 draws of merits. Your merits in minor chests range from 20 to 180. So on average, you should get 100. So you should get around 9,000 merits if you open a whole batch of minor chests. And then you should get 15 energy for those 300 minor chests. Going to major, you're open half as many chests. You should get about 46 potions. Potion draws. So those potion draws will be multiples. So total, you're looking at about 230 potions in that first batch of major chests. you're looking at 39 merit pulls. Now this is where it gets interesting. You're going to get almost 20,000 merits on average opening your major chests, and then 15 draws of energy, which is about 37 or 38 energy. This is what makes the chess very appealing, I think, especially when we look at the numbers at the end of the video. The merits and the energy are what are going to give chess the real value. Kind of a spoiler ahead of time. Ultimate chests, so 30 of those, you should get 8 draws of potions, about 10 per, so you're looking at 80 potions total. For merits, 6 of your 30 chests should be merits, so you're looking at about 12,000 there. And then you should get 6 draws of energy, so you're looking at about 24 energy on average. Okay, so now what is the cost of all this stuff? So if we just wanted to buy the potions, the merits, and the energy, how much are we looking at? Okay, so if you just wanted to buy the potions from the reward shop or from the store, to buy an alchemy potion costs you 100 glint. I'm not sure if people know this because I don't know if many people just go ahead and buy potions. But alchemy potions cost 100, legendary potions cost 80. The cost will be a little bit less than this if you are in a guild. I think you do get a guild discount, and depending on the level of the guild, the higher the level of the guild, the higher the discount. But just not factoring that in, this is your base cost, 100 for an alchemy, 80 for a legendary. Now for your merits, the cost, basically 2,000 merits or 2,000 glint for the first batch. So your glint cost is basically 1 per merit. Then it goes up by 50%. So now you're looking at batch 2, it's going to cost you 1.5 glint to get a merit. And then a batch 3, it's going to cost you 2.25 glint for each merit that you want to get. Now for energy, the way to value energy is what it would cost you. And this is based on your current league, but not the league you're playing, the league that you're the highest rank in. For example, for my $10 account Gedfer, I'm currently, I think I'm in bronze 1, so I'm bouncing around between bronze 1 and silver 3. I'm right around that 1,000 rating. But if I wanted to buy an energy, it would cost me 900 because when I played in Wild, I got up to gold 2. So even though I'm not playing at Wild at all, I'm playing in Modern. I'm not paying 50 or 100 glint. If I wanted to buy an energy, it would cost me 900 glint. So keep that in mind. So whatever your highest league rating is, regardless if it's Modern or Wild or what you're playing in, this is what it based your cost to buy energy on. So just wanted to point that out. And you can see it goes from 5 glint at bronze 3 up to 6,500 glint to buy 1 energy at champ 1. So now let's just kind of compare values. So let's look at the minor chests and just see. So if I bought 300 minor chests, the first batch, I'm going to spend 60,000 glint. So what am I going to get out of that? So if I bought that first batch, I should get on average, I should get 78 common cards. And if I wanted to just purchase those directly, that would cost me 11,700 glint. I should get 20 rares. That's another 15,000. I should get an epic, which would cost me 7,500. I should get 48 alchemy potions. That would cost 4,800. I should get 48 legendary. Those are a little bit less, so that's 3,840. And then I should get 90 merit draws, which will give me on average 9,000 merits. So to buy 9,000 merits from the store would cost 21,315 glint. So the merits is what really starts giving the chests their value, is because if you wanted to buy these from the store, they go up very quickly because you can only buy 10 batches of 200 each. So after you buy 2,000, then it goes to 3,000, then it goes to 4,500. So that's why you get such a big cost increase in the merits as you go up. Now the energy is kind of hard to value, and the way I valued it is based on what it would cost you for whatever league you're in. So the cost would be anywhere from 5 to 6,500 for energy, so that would kind of be its value. So if you're getting 15 energy, at the lowest, it would give you a 75 glint cost or value. If you're playing in Champ 1, that would give you 97,500 basically glint that you're saving because you're getting 15 energy and you're not paying for it directly. So not including the energy, I'm just looking at the merits and everything else. If you were to buy 300 chests for 60,000 glint, on average, you should get 64,155 back. And that's not including the energy. So remember, this is RNG. You know, sometimes you're going to get lucky and get a legendary. It's going to push it way above. Maybe you do really poorly. You don't even get an epic, so that knocks 7,500 off of this. Maybe you don't get hardly any merits, so this will go down. But on average, you should get more than what you spend for a minor chest for the first batch. Now, when you include the energy on top of that, and I was just looking at Diamond 3 and above, this is the value that you're getting for those chests. So say you're in Diamond 3, you decide to spend 60,000 glint to get those 300 minor chests, you should get about 90,000 back in value. So this would probably be worth it to you at the first batch and even the second batch of minor chests. Now, if you're up in Champ 2 or Champ 1, you can see what your value should be. And a lot of this, like I said, is going to be based on the amount of merits you get in the energy. You know, even the third batch might be worth it for you if you're in Champ 2 and Champ 1. So I was very surprised by these numbers. I thought, you know, minor chests aren't really worth it because, you know, you're only getting one card or one potion or just, you know, a small amount of merits. But that 300, that really adds up, you know, as you can see here. And of course, there's always that chance, you know, you get one legendary card that just saved you 35,000 glint. So on average, you should get somewhere between 64,000 and 160,000 value in those 300 chests. Okay, so now looking at the major chests, so you have half as many in these batches. You only have 150 compared to the 300. You're going to spend over twice as much, so you're going to spend 150,000 for the first batch, but this is what you're looking at as far as value. So for those 150 major chests, you should pull on average about 152 commons, so that's going to give you 22,800 in value. You should get 30 rares, so now they're over 22,000. 2 epics for 15,000. 115 of each potion, so you're looking at another 20,000 value there. This is where it gets interesting. You should pull about 20,000 merits because you're going to get 30, I think it was 39 draws of merits, and you're going to average 500. It goes from 250 to 750. So I just said, okay, 500 is going to be the average. If you get 19,500 merits, it would cost you over 200,000 glint to buy that many merits from the store. Because remember, the price goes up by 50% for each batch of 10. So this is what gives you a huge value for the major chests. And then when you throw the energy on top of it, you're going to get 37 energy on average. So that's going to add another 185 for the lowest league, but more than likely you're going to get, you know, 100,000 to 240,000 more in value. So not including the energy, you're looking at just under 300,000 in value. So that kind of makes it worth it for the first two batches. If you get to champ, the higher leagues, it could end up totaling 532,000, which even makes it worth getting the third batch. Now for the ultimate chests, this is where it gets kind of disappointing, I guess, a little bit. So your ultimate chest, you're only getting 30, but look at how much you're spending. You're spending almost as much as you are for the major chests. And you're getting 1/5 of the chests, and let's look at the value that you're getting. So you could get 55 commons on average for about 8,250. You're going to get 12 rares for about 9,000 value. You're going to get 1 epic, 40 of each potion, about 12,000 merits, and about 24 energy. So just adding up everything other than the energy, you're looking at, you're going to get about 73,500 in value. So you spent about 90% of what you did for those major chests. You spent 135,000, but look at the value that you're getting. You're getting 73,000 as opposed to 292,000. So you're getting about 1/4 of the value that you were from the major chest. So for me personally, I've always liked major chests. For me, it's always seemed to be that kind of sweet spot for the 3 of them. I've always thought that the ultimate chests are kind of overpriced. I've seen so many people open 30 chests and get, you know, out of the 30 chests, get You should get like 10 draws of cards. I've seen people get 6 or 7. Most of them are commons, maybe one's rare. Maybe you get lucky and you get like 2 epics in one of them, but it just does not give you anywhere near the value of what you spend. And that's even factoring in the merits. So the merits are 41,000 of that 73,000. If you don't value the merits hardly at all, you're seeing you're really not getting your value back in the ultimate chest. So um, to me, just kind of a recap, the chests seem to be worth it at the higher leagues where the energy costs are higher. Um, the minor chests, if you're playing in Diamond 3 and Champ, you would almost be silly at least not to get the first batch, if not the first 2. If you're in Champ 1, 135,000 glint for some people is probably nothing. Go ahead, get the minor chests. You're going to get, a bunch of the lower cards and all that. You're going to load up on some potions. But the key thing, I think, for the minor chests is the energy. The energy is just so crucial at the higher levels. I mean, not only are you saving, 6,500 or 5,000 glint per energy, every energy you get and every win you get in the higher leagues, I'm not sure exactly, but I think you can get what, 30, 40, probably SPS or more per win. So every energy is just so crucial at the higher leagues. So there you have it, guys. There's just kind of a real deep dive into the numbers. Like I said, I was thinking the chests really aren't worth it, but they are. But another point that I want to make before I end the video, since we are all starting from scratch, and if you are someone that's not playing in the higher leagues, so you're not playing in Diamond or Champ, I think the draws are really worth it. As you can see, you're guaranteed cards. You're guaranteed, 1,605 cards for those 3 batches. Now, maybe you can't buy all 3 batches if you're in the lower leagues, but getting those guaranteed cards at a lower level, I think is so much more important than buying a chest and getting, maybe 1 or 2 energy. That wouldn't cost you that much to buy anyway. So kind of 2 sides to the coin. Okay, you can either, if you're in the higher leagues, go for the chests and really get great value, or you can be in the lower leagues just starting out and just build up your collection right away. So in the end, it's up to you to decide. So hopefully this gave you some good information, some things to think about, maybe help you so you can maximize your glint value. Let me know in the comments what you think, what your strategy has been. Now I need to start working on my Market Watch video, so I'll do that shortly. This weekend will be land, so look for the land Market Watch video later today. Okay guys, hope you're doing well, and as always, stay the course, keep on forging, have fun, and spend that glint. Take care.